I did not just expect the kind of drama that's actually going on right now. You know, this actually after 3 midnight, but I cannot just come up with this video. Look at what is going on. Before I come to what Rufai actually did to Atiku in a live interview, first of all, come and see what happened to Tinubu's daughter. The biological daughter of Tinubu, the one that they actually call the Iyaloja of Lagos, the Iyaloja of Nigeria, and all of that. Come and see what actually happened. Tinubu's daughter came out and said that she actually wants to protest. I know quite a number of you will actually be shocked with the fact that Tinubu's daughter wants to come out to protest. She said she wants to protest on APC. Come and hear this for yourself. Since when Nigerians have been protesting that the economy is bad and all of that, you know, in course of 2024, Nigeria actually protested for bad governance and all of that. Tinubu daughter came out and said that there will be no protest in Lagos. And you know, a lot of things like that. But the same Tinubu daughter is finally coming out saying that they have actually cheated her in APC. That was what she's actually saying. I will play the full video for you to see everything for yourself. And on the second hand, the mother is actually on the drag at the moment. It was yesterday that they actually did the children dinner, all of that, and a lot of people, mainly Yorubas, they actually dragging Remi Tinubu, the wife of Tinubu, at the very moment. They said she's not a good abiyamo. For those of you that do not know the meaning of abiyamo, it is called mother in Yoruba. They said she's not a good abiyamo, that people's children, toddlers, and kids, they actually be kidnapped in school in Oyo, and they still in the bush till now. But Remi Tinubu did not come out to say anything as regards it, that she did not come out to address the mother, according to what they said in this very video. They said she did not come out to actually say anything to the mothers, even in the children day that was newly conducted in Nigeria few hours ago. They said, what kind of mother is she? Now, let me play the full video before you say that I'm talking too much. If you can share the video, just do it to share it. Share to different social media platforms. Let it go viral. Things are be happening which a lot of people did not even get to know. If you can't share the video, just do what to like it. Like it, give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended for us. You will hear from Rufai Oseni. You will see how Rufai actually destroyed Atiku. I don't know the kind of spirit that's actually inside Rufai Oseni. This man is already in another level in this journalism. He's very fearless. He destroyed Atiku hands down. Just watch it for yourself. Like Power Watch TV. My name is Laju. I'm coming back again.
Over 40 people were kidnapped in Oyo State, most of them children, nursery and primary school children. Just so you understand how young these kids are. They can't be with their families. Their families still do not know where they are. The last image that their families have of them are of them being tortured, being flogged. These guys have recorded themselves torturing these children. They recorded themselves beheading a teacher. Our government hasn't done anything. As usual, they make the announcement, yeah, they are making efforts. Ah, man. And you know, the most infuriating thing about this entire thing is, as all these things are happening, these guys are campaigning. These guys are campaigning to be re-elected. To be re-elected on what basis? To come back so that more people can be killed? And there are people among us, supposedly educated, supposedly enlightened, that are openly supporting them. I don't know. Look, I can't pretend to have all the answers. But I know for sure that keeping quiet, carrying on business like nothing is happening is definitely not the answer.
Guys, more trouble in APC in Lagos State as Tinubu daughter Folashade has blow hots, rejects the Justice Forum mandate movement because they presented their own candidate, which Tinubu daughter is against. Wahala, I better do well to share this video. Listen to what Tinubu daughter they talk.
We have to cry out now. Let APC cancel Justice and Mandate Forum. We are one family. We are for APC. Now they are using Justice Forum and Mandate because our candidate, the incoming governor of the state, belongs to the Justice Forum. Yes. They are now canvassing. Everybody everybody is now jumping and joining Justice Forum because they believe that is where our incoming governor belongs to. Are we not Lagosians? We are all Lagosians. We are APC. As long as you are APC, even when he becomes the governor, he will not become the governor for just APC. He has to balance it. Everybody needs to be carried along. Even those that, if you are a leader, you are leading both your friends and foes. You have to work for all. So I can't understand member of state group dumping mandate, joining Justice Forum, and if mandate won the election, they will try to manipulate and put Justice Forum member there. It's saddening. And it's a way of telling us that hard work doesn't pay in politics. We need something must be done on that. Please, it's very important. Because we are very sure Sheye, what's his name? Honorable Sheye won with landslide. Mushi is the O2. In fact, we decided to calm down today. Let's see what they are going to do about it. We are ready to protest. Yes. We are ready to protest because of Yeye Mushi constituency, Muti Oladebo, and that constituency and this because we know they won this election. Their mandate should not be given to somebody else. Thank you very much.
Wait. What did I just heard? Tinubu daughter. Tinubu biological daughter. They threaten protests to embark on protest over result manipulation. She alleged that the candidates they support, it be like say there's division in the APC, primary. So the candidates where they support and this group of people they support, they are claiming saying that the candidates won, but they gave the the primary to somebody else. In APC, Tinubu daughter they talk about free.
Remi Tinubu refused to come out to address the mothers. It is so shameful. Ṣọ́n fi Nàìjíríà yáwó lọ́wọ́ Tinubu àtàwọn family ni. Ẹ̀dẹ̀ bí àwọn ọmọ tí ẹbí ọmọ èyí tó já gan náà yín gan Alice á lọ ra ọmọ lọ́jà. Tí ẹ ní sympathy fáwọn ìyá tọmọ wọn sọnù yìí ẹ ní sympathy ẹni tó bá dẹ̀ ti rí ojú yín bó ṣe rí yẹn tójú yín dàbí ojú gbẹ́ Tinubu àtìyàwó ẹ̀ wọ́n ti mọ̀ pé ẹ wà heartless ìkànnì ìkà dẹ̀ kà yín ọba tó bá ṣe tìlú tòrò orúkọ ò ní parẹ́ ọba tó bá dẹ̀ jẹ́ náà tìlú bàjẹ́ orúkọ ò ní parẹ́ ẹ wá ti sọ kidnapping ẹ ti sọ the normal way of life ní Nàìjíríà as if nothing happen olórí burúkú yín ẹ wá ń gbé voice note kan kiri ẹni VDM ó instigate ìjà ní Nàìjíríà ó ń parọ́ ọmọ president ṣojú yín fún àgbà tó sọ pé ọkọ àwọn ọmọ lọ àná olórí burúkú ní ìtorí ẹ̀ mo ṣe detest agaga Remi Tinubu yẹn mo detest ẹ with passion because kò ń ṣàbíamọ abiagbani because tó bá jẹ́ abiyamọ ni a ti bọ́ta wá address àwọn ọmọ ọlọ́mọ tó kó lọ sínú igbó àwa address wọn Ọlọ́run ò dẹ̀ ní fire fún gbogbo yín àdàbí tó wáyé pọ́n fi Nàìjíríà yáwó lọ́wọ́ gbogbo yín ni tẹ́ ṣe ń ṣe àwọn mẹ̀kúnnù báyìí àdúrà mi fún yín dẹ̀ lélẹ̀ ní Children's Day àwọn ọmọ yín your children àwọn ọmọ yín gbogbo àwọn ọmọ yín pátápátá they will be a victim of kidnappers they will be a victim of Boko Haram they will be a victim of another person's error àfi tí ò bá ń ṣe pé ìyàlẹ̀ fi ń jẹ àwọn Nigerians ìtúkẹ̀ ló ṣe máa ń dùn mí tí n bá rí àwọn èèyàn don campaign for this present government the likes of all these Yoruba theatres not all of them the likes of olórí burúkú lẹ́gẹ́ olóko carrot yẹn the likes of olórí burúkú Eniola Badmus tó dàbí àpẹẹrẹ tàtàṣe tó ti bàjẹ́
ṣe rí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń pariwo 4+4 8 yẹn ó dẹ̀ pé tábà tí lọ́ọ́ máa múra wá lé ká máa fọ́ra wa lórí ká máa gúra wá kọ́kọ́rọ́ kí lójú ó dẹ̀ pé ara yóò níyà cooking gas ní sí 2,000 naira ní pàkéjì ó dẹ̀ pé fẹ́ ṣòfò nú ayé ẹ jẹ́ kí n rí 4+4 wèrè kan bì kan káwọn lọ́ọ́ máa kíra wá lé.
They don't finally ask una president about this insecurity. They don't finally ask am today. Make he tell us wetin he dey do about this insecurity. See wetin he answer. Abeg, listen to this thing.
Issue of insecurity, that is the law. That's obedience of law. Nowhere in the only teaching that you should engage in banditry. Nowhere that you should kill another human being. The sacrifice we are talking about, even in the beginning of life, where we take this from, a child was replaced with animal. And that is what the value of life is all about.
I'm going to talk about that. And I'm going to say some hard truths. Please, I want your challenge. I know a lot of people will challenge the things I'll say because I'm going to be very brutal this morning. Alhaji Atiku Abubakar should stop being hypocritical. I beg, in the name of God. The first time we ever tried a candidate that tried to bring competency to the ballot was 1979 elections when Awolowo and Umeidi ran. There were two Southerners and there were Christian tickets. They rebuffed the ticket. They rebuffed the ticket. Till today, if there are two Southerners and Christian, they will rebuff the tickets. Awolowo was from the southwest, Umeidi was from the southeast. They said, oh, he doesn't have national spread. So when I see people talking competence today, was Awolowo and Umeidi not competent enough? Why did they rebuff the ticket then? They were talking national spread. Why I say Alhaji Atiku Abubakar should stop being hypocritical. Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, with a lot of respect to him, and I love him so much, says things only when they favor him. Is this not Atiku Abubakar that went to court against Jonathan in 2011 to ensure the PDP zoning formula? And his associates, MPLF, they went to court. His associates went to court. There were many court cases ensuring that they must insist. In fact, I think in one of the rulings, the court said, oh, they can't assume jurisdiction and give a decision, but they acknowledged the fact that PDP had the zoning arrangements. So then, when he was going to court, when he was pushing then against Jonathan, zoning was not self-defeating, Abi. When he left Olusegun Obasanjo in 2007, that Jagaban zoned, what is it called, to the north for him, and he ran in that election, correct him if I'm wrong, against Umar Musa Aradua. Zoning was not a bad deal then. When they finally got their way in 2015 with the APC, and they said, oh, because Jonathan reneged on the term, they were going to punish him. And they zoned the ticket to the APC in 2015. Zoning was good then. When he came back in 2019 to the PDP, and after they had cried, oh, PDP has suffered from all he did in the last election, and they zoned the ticket to PDP then in 2019, zoning was good then. But when his own ambition holds sway, and people were saying, after zoning in 2019, they should zone back to the South 2023. He said, no, zoning is not good then, and he scattered the zoning agreement. I ask, please prove me wrong. Fact check me. I don't talk without facts. I like to talk with empirical facts. That's why they call me a man of facts. And please, bring your heat on. I'm ready. We are saying these things to save this country. On the second of December 2010, zoning, we have been vindicated, Atiku. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has described last Tuesday's judgment a great victory for honesty and integrity and rebuke against arbitrariness. He reiterated that President Jonathan's decision to contest 2011 would send wrong signal to group and organization that painstakingly developed the constitution and ground rules to set operational guidelines. This was when they were fighting in favor of zoning. That power should have come to the north for them to finish the term. So, in other instances, when President Tinubu now gave him the right to run his own power at that time, there was no big deal about it then, right? No, why are we talking like this? Why are we always talking like this? You know, despite fighting Jonathan, he still went ahead and vied in the primaries against Jonathan before he was beaten and Jonathan emerged in 2011. Zoning was good when Atiku is fighting, when Atiku is on the ballot, when he wants to get it. Zoning is when zoning doesn't favor him, zoning is bad. Yeah. When zoning favors him, zoning is good. When it doesn't favor him, zoning is bad. The next argument that they keep making, they say from 2019 to this time, power has gone more to the north. Yes, I accept the argument. Let me give you a counter argument. From 1960 to this time, fact check me, the north has ruled between 45 to 47 years. The south have ruled barely about 18 to 20 years. So should we ask that we want those 20 years back? That's the second argument. Please, people should stop saying this. You have your own ambition. And please, with due respect, since this Obi man has left, he has not abused, he has not attacked you. People should let everything be. Go to the field and prove to Nigerians what you can do. All this attack and this talk about zoning. That's why I just have to put pay to it. That is the only thing I'm going to say here today. Let it be on record. And that's why I went back historically. If you are talking competence, where you can't say Awolowo is not competent, you can't say Umedi is not competent. When Awolowo brought forward the Christian South ticket in 79, why did Nigerians look at competence on the ballots? Why were they talking about national spread? Let's call it spade though. I just want reality. See, we all want competence, yes. Like you said rightly, until we get to that part. But as long as we still have this level of politicians that today, like Atiku Abubakar, when he's in 2011, when he's against them, they say it's a bad thing. They even tell the associate to go to court. But when it's in favor of them, they hold it. When it's not going to be against them, they scatter the party like they scatter with Wike. And that's why sometimes I want to hit and say, oh, Mr. Wike didn't do well, and hit the argument on Mr. Wike's head that no, you would have been a party man. But I'm also tied. Alhaji Atiku Abubakar ties me in the hand. Because when you look at it, Mr. Wike was right. He had a point. And it's that point Mr. Wike is proving, that is being proven now. Today, Wike has been vindicated. Let's call a spade a spade. I don't agree with that man on anything, but the fight he made he's been vindicated. Wike is being vindicated today. Let's call a spade a spade. When it doesn't favor us, but zoning is defeatist. Is this, is that, is this, is that.
Now you can see what's actually going on. You can see the way they actually called now the wife of Tinubu. They said, you can't be seated silently. They said during the regime of Goodluck Jonathan, these are not even my words, my opinion will not be end in this video. They said during the regime of Goodluck Jonathan, that a lot of people were actually saying that, oh, the regime was actually bad. They said the wife of Goodluck never keep mute on the insecurities. That the wife of Goodluck always come out. That was where we heard the phrase, there is God, oh, and all of that. Now, the woman was always vocal based on the insecurity thing, but they said Remi Tinubu was very, very silent. He said if it is for them to actually call for the arrest of VDM on fake audios and all of that, they will actually mount energy to call for the arrest of VDM. But they never called for the arrest of these bandits that are actually unaliving people up and down in Nigeria. They never come out to mount that same energy they actually wanted to mount on VDM. They never mounted that kind of energy on children that are actually in the bush. Toddlers, 2 years old kids that were actually kidnapped in their school. Do you know the kind of pain that the parents of these people will actually be going through? A teacher was beheaded in front of all those kids and all of that. And those children, they still in the bush even as at Children's Day of yesterday, because they did Children's Day yesterday. The children are still in the bush. And the wife of Tinubu, according to what that woman was saying in that very video, because the woman actually said a lot of it in Yoruba, the wife of Tinubu never come out to actually address the mothers. She never come out to address anybody, like the mothers that, oh, they're going to get their kids back, they're going to do this, they said she never felt concerned according to the video. These are not even my words. And that woman said it in Yoruba. You should know obviously that Tinubu's wife is a Yoruba. So Yoruba's eyes are now opening now based on every of the thing that's actually going on in Nigeria. Now, if you should campaign for Tinubu in some region of Nigeria now, they beat you up. If you should campaign for Tinubu in some region, the bit of now, a lot of Yorubas are now saying that there are some places that you should come and campaign for Tinubu, that they will actually beat you. Those are what some Yoruba men are actually saying at the very moment. They said those people that were saying 4+4, that they should catch them. Those are what they're saying. These are not my words. You heard everything in this very video. And the daughter of Tinubu now is now shouting. I think the first daughter, that as they call her, and all of that. They said she's now shouting now that they should redo the primary election in APC. More especially in Lagos, that her candidate did not emerge, that the election was actually manipulated, and the votes were actually manipulated. The election wasn't free and fair. The election wasn't credible. And she's actually saying that she will protest and she will mount protest. According to the video that I just finished watching, that is the daughter of Tinubu. Now, the daughter of Tinubu can actually come out to say that there is one election that is not free and fair. Just imagine that. This is the same daughter of Tinubu when Nigerians were actually protesting for hunger in 2024. Mr. Tinubu came out that Lagos will not join the protest, that Lagos is not going to protest, that everything is fine in Lagos. Now it has gotten to the turn now. Her candidate did not emerge. She's now planning that she will protest, blah, 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 blah. Look at what's actually going on in Nigeria. And now, Atiku, on the other hand, Atiku is doing everything possible. Like, I've never seen that kind of desperation before. That desperation is actually in another level. Atiku is very desperate to become the president of Nigeria. You can see the way Rufai actually tear him apart in that very video that I just finished watching. Rufai said it is only when something actually favors Atiku, that is when you see Atiku putting up, not speaking against that thing politically. But when that thing is not favoring Atiku, even though Atiku had benefited from that thing before, Atiku will actually use mouth to spoil that thing, according to Rufai Hussein of Arise TV. And the facts are actually clear. Everything is actually clear. Atiku benefited from zoning in the time that they actually zoned the power to the north and all of that. He benefited from it. He campaigned easily. He contested easily. But when the zoning is not favoring him again, because it's actually the turn of the south now, when the zoning is not favoring him again, that was one of the reasons why he destroyed PDP with Wike. We should not even blame Wike too much on this matter of PDP thing. Yes, he took it too far, but Wike was actually, he felt disgruntled, he felt cheated because it's not the turn of the north. But yet Atiku came and drag it with him and spoil the show for him. That was why Wike actually destroyed PDP. Now the same thing is what Atiku is doing in ADC, according to what Rufai said. If something is not favoring Atiku will go extra mile to actually destroy that thing. He just wants to be the president of Nigeria by all means. Now drop up in the comment section on this video for free. See your mind at the comment section. As I'm going to get another for you, share, follow me on my social media handles on Facebook at Lajipo TV and Lapo Entertainment, and on Instagram at Lajipo. Guess what, guys? See you in my next videos, and bye for now.